Hello everyone, happy Saturday. I am rolling alone today. Hubby's at work. Literally, I think it's 100 degrees outside. It says 78. I'm sweating. I decided to get up, get dressed, put some makeup on, do my thing, and go to this little antique shop. It's not far from me. But then I made the decision that I should probably take Sheldon with me because dogs are allowed and I'm by myself. So after getting the stroller, snacks, water, I almost decided to sit it out. Stay home, Bobby. But nope, we're rolling. So I'm gonna show you Mr. Shell. Be right back. Sheldon, we're gonna go look at some old things, Shell. What do you think about it? What do you think about your car seat and rolling with mother? All by yourself, me and you, Shell. What kind of trouble are we gonna get into, Shell? Huh? All right. Well, Sheldon's ready. He's got his little Tom Selleck Magnum PI shirt. He definitely gained a few pounds because all those snaps are not snapping anymore. But, yep, it is a beautiful day. I'm going to head out here and I will be back when we are inside of the antique shop, see what we can find. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. I am not gonna lie, I do not like being on elevators by myself, and those old-fashioned elevators. Yikes. I couldn't wait until that door opened back up again. Yay, we made it out. I was so happy. Wasn't this the cutest little hot dog phone? I've never seen a hot dog phone in my life, but that was adorbs. Travel along, there's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. Sheldon got it. What you think, Shell? The breeze is breezing out here. So me and Mr. Sheldon decided to take a little walk around the town. There was a lot of people out today. It was super hot.
Should we go back?
A lot of cute little stores on this street. So we just took a little walk and looked around. Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. So I am going to, after much procrastination, I am going to start my sourdough starter. So I am not an expert. I am new to this. If you guys have done sourdough and you see me doing something wrong, please, please, please tell me in the comments. So I have a scale. Oh no, it says that the batteries are low. Anyway, hopefully it's gonna do what it has to do for this video. I have some bottled water. They said non-chlorinated water, so I'm hoping that's good. I have whole wheat flour, King Arthur, and some white lily bread flour, unbleached, because you can't have bleach. Spatula, which this is kind of fat for the jar, but it'll do. And then I have my jar, 28 ounces. I hope it's big enough. I actually found it from the Dollar Tree, so we're going to be using that. And after much, much, much research, I'm going to go with this particular person's starter recipe. So she says to start off by measuring my jar. Okay. So I measure it and then I have to cancel it out. How do I do that? Okay. I think I did that. Okay. So I need to put 50 grams of whole wheat flour. So let's see. Whole wheat flour going in. Oh, I'm making a mess. Alright, a little more. I'm so excited, guys, to be baking some bread. I hope that this works. I really do. I've seen some horror stories about starter that gets moldy and gross. I pray that mine doesn't get moldy and gross. Alright, it's 47. I hope you could see somewhat what I'm doing here. 48. So I went a little bit over, but they said no worries about that. They said just take a little out, so bear with me. Take a little out. Oh, perfect. 50. Okay. Now I have to put 50 grams of all-purpose flour. So, and I got the bread flour. I hope this is going to be okay. I'm thinking it's going to be okay. Okay, so we can't go over, so be careful, Bobby, be careful. So we're gonna get it up to 100 because I'm not good at math, but I know that 50 and 50 is 100 grams. I feel so fancy using this scale, and I really am making a mess, but I'll get better. Guys, you see this? I don't know if I showed you this before. This big, huge wooden cooking block. What do you call it? Like a cutting board, but it's so thick. I got it from Temu when, I don't know, it had been in my cart. It was like $30 some from a local vendor. And one of those coupon things popped up and they said I could have it for $7. So I'm like, yeah. So that's what that is. I love it. Okay. We're at 94. 95, 96. 97. Okay, let's go real easy, guys. We only need 3 more grams. 98. $99. $99. $100. $100. Oh no. Yep, 100. Okay, nice. Now I have to cancel it out again. So we're gonna cancel it. And now I need to do 150 grams of water. So here we go. What should I name my starter? I could name it Betty, for Betty Boop. Betty will be your name. 110, go easy, Bobby, don't go over, because that would be hard. 121, 137. I know this is probably so boring. I'm sorry, but I want to video my journey. 145, a little bit. 148, and let's just do a cap. Let's try that. 149, half a cap. Nope. 150, yeah. Okay, so I think that is done. So now she said to take it off of the scale because we don't want to damage the scale. I have a mess happening, but it's okay, it's okay. All right, so let's turn that off. Okay, here we go. This is the smallest thing that I had to mix it, so you know. So we're gonna mix and stir. Stir, stir. She said this is gonna be the thinnest that the starter is ever gonna look. So she said make sure you get really in there, get all the hard flour and get it all from the sides and really mix Betty up. So we are mixing her up. Okay. Mix, mix. Let's see, nope, there's hard stuff on the bottom. I think I need to get something, I had seen it, but obviously I don't have it. Something called like a Sourdough or something like that, that goes like deep in here and gets like all the bottom and stuff. I don't know, but we're gonna be working with this. I just wanna make sure, let me check. I don't know, maybe I could stir it some more. Can I over stir this? I don't know. Maybe I could. I hope not. I hope I'm not over stirring you, Betty. Just do what you have to do. And I think I have to put a rubber band on it maybe to see if it went up. Huh. Let me look for a rubber band. Okay. So I believe that she's all good. So let me shake it off and move everything down. Move down, Betty. Betty, get down to the bottom. Alright. Alright. Shake it off, shake it off, shake, shake. Oh, grief. Alright, that's what we're looking like. So, I don't know, I don't want to put my hands, even though my hands are clean, I don't want to disturb the science here, so I'm not gonna, well, let me see. Well, maybe I could do this. do this. And okay. Let me do a good little mix again. Mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix. Shake, shake. All right, guys. It is what it is. That has to be enough. Okay, so put that in there. Now, she says, well, let me wipe off the top real quick. Okay, so she says to cover it up, but not tight, because I guess that way, you know, bacteria can't do its thing. She said to just put on a top like that, loose. So I imagine that that's fine, like that. And my upstairs is like super warm, warmer than down here. So I'm thinking that maybe I should keep Betty in my office, because my office, that's where the tortoise is, the light is always going in that table. So I think I'm gonna bring Betty upstairs and let Betty sit up there, and we're gonna check it out again tomorrow. So let me see, it is 3:35, so I need to write down 3:35. So tomorrow at 3:35, we're gonna come back here and feed her. We're gonna feed you, Betty. All right, I'm gonna be back in a little bit, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm back home, sitting outside now. It's hot out here. It's really hot out here. Sheldon is right there getting some sun with his little bow tie on. So everybody is out and about today. Looks like in the neighborhood cutting grass. It's supposed to go down in the 60s this week, so I'm the grass cutter here. I have a husband, of course, and I think I mentioned it in another video. So he actually does physical work every single day. He needs an ankle operation that we've been waiting on, because he's gonna have to recover for a couple of months and be off of work. So when he cuts grass, it's weird. So I think it's the motion of the mower, we think, or something like that. But when he has attempted to cut grass, for the next day he can't walk. He really can't walk. It messes him up that bad. So I mean, I need exercise anyway, because my job is not physical. So yeah, so it gives me exercise. So I'm the grass cutter. So I'm like, why are people out here doing it today when it's almost 90, when it's gonna cool back down to the 60s this week? So yeah, so the grass can wait. So me and Sheldon, as you saw, we went on the little adventure. It was so nice. There was not too many people there. There were people walking downtown Kannapolis. They were there walking and stuff. It was really hot. It's pretty hot out here, but you know what? I lived in Florida for 10 years, so I should be used to it. So I actually did buy something this time. A lot of those prices at those places, I mean, all the different booths, of course, are owned by different people. So it's really like a hit or miss situation. But you have to dig, of course. You have to really look. And being that it was just me and not my husband likes to look and stuff, but you know, when you're by yourself, it's a little different. But for me, I don't know if anybody else is like that. I guess because I had my children so young, and then they were always with me. And back in those days, I don't know, I think it's because it was just a not so great relationship back in those days, where everything was monitored. I had to, you know, be back. I was tracked. I had to be back at a certain time, whatever. So if I'm out and about with my husband, my daughter, I'm fine. I could stay out all day long, walking around, looking around. But when I go out there by myself looking around, you would think that I would be more, you know, relaxed because I don't have anybody rushing me. But it's the opposite. I'm kind of like stressed out, like I should be getting back home, but then I don't have nothing to get back home to because my children are all grown. There's nothing in my house. So I don't know. It's just a mental thing for sure. So I've been trying to just like push myself, like, no, Bobby, you don't need to go home. Like, stay out a little longer. Stay a little longer, girl. But I actually found this. So, brand new it is. It's in the bag, but I took it out the bag. So it's this here. Of course, you can see that it's a, how do you call it? A dupe or, you know, an inspired bag. But it feels really nice, and it's the kind that goes like here. You know what I'm saying? You wrap it around. So like when you're almost like a fanny bag, but you put it across your chest. So I figured it would be good for like, well, for any time, but when me and my husband are going to car shows and different things like that, it has all these, I'm trying to do it when I'm holding the camera. So a couple of like, so it has a pocket here for your phone, and then a zipper, 2 zipper compartments, and let me show you. Hold on, be right back. Okay, I switch you guys around. So it looks like that, and then it has the pocket here. Don't judge my grass, guys. I told you it was long. And then the big pocket in here with the zipper, and then right here where you could, you know, like put your phone. Guess how much? $10. $10, brand new. So I said, yeah, that's a good little deal. Sheldon, who were you barking at, Sheldon? The neighbors are doing hard work, Sheldon. Don't bother them. Don't bother them, Sheldon. All right, hold on, guys. Be back. Okie dokie. I'm back. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. So, yep. So I did buy that, and then we walked around a little bit downtown, and I don't know. I was gonna sit there for a little while and just like get a coffee and people watch. Maybe another time. I needed to get home for nothing. But I did make my sourdough, which I'm gonna be including in this vlog right here. So we're calling her, well, I'm calling her Betty just because of my Betty Boop apron. I need to get a new apron. I need to have a little upgrade in my life, especially now that I'm going to be a genuine baker, you know, like a professional. I need a professional apron. So I'm just kidding. But I hope that Betty doesn't get moldy. I follow some sourdough groups on Facebook and Reddit, and they show some really disgusting pictures how sourdough can become like really kind of yuck. So I don't know. I hope that Betty does well. She's up in my office now, so I guess in 24 hours I'm gonna have to feed her again. So I'm gonna do that. And I have a question, guys. I mean, I'm gonna be YouTubing it and stuff, but when you look at different videos, you get so many different answers. As far as, I guess that I will probably be baking like, I don't know, let's say a loaf, maybe a loaf or 2 loaves every week or 2 weeks. So I'm unsure that once my starter gets bubbly and good, am I supposed to be keeping her on the counter, or am I supposed to be keeping her in the refrigerator? I know I can do both, but then I'm confused because if I keep it in the refrigerator, do I have to like take it, I don't know, do I have to take it out like a day or 2 ahead of time and feed it again, or do I have to keep feeding it in the refrigerator? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Yep, so I do want to ask everybody out there that does pray. I have a friend of mine that I used to work at her family's daycare back when I used to live on the other side of North Carolina. Sweetest, sweetest, sweetest woman. So sweet. I believe she's like 91 years old now. And when I worked with her, of course, it was probably 25 years ago. So her niece owned the daycare that I worked at, and then her sister, which is her niece's daughter, was the owner of the daycare. So then the mama and her, which her name is Miss Edna, she was in the kitchen, so she was a cook. She was such a tough lady. I mean, she still is, God bless her. And she's in the hospital now with pneumonia, fighting pneumonia. So just keep her in your prayers. She was actually on Facebook this morning saying that, that she keeps coughing, but she's feeling better. Apparently, she's been in and out of the hospital for like about the last month. But, I mean, she's a tough lady. Up until maybe, I think 2-3 years ago, she was driving her pickup truck from North Carolina to South Carolina to see her grandkids and back again, and cutting her own grass on her ride-on lawnmower. Like, she's one of those tough ladies. And she taught me a lot because I was young when I started working at that daycare, and I was fresh coming from New York. So her and her sister, they really taught, they're Christians, 100%. Faithful, God-fearing ladies, and they would talk to me about that when the hurricanes first, when I first experienced hurricanes in North Carolina. I would be so scared every time the weather forecast said that, that there was a hurricane coming. And I knew that they both lived alone because they were both widows at that time. And I remember asking, hey, are you guys gonna sleep over each other's house? And they looked at each other and laughed. They're like, no, of course, no, we don't, we'd rather be alone. I said, aren't you scared to be in the hurricane alone? And I remember they said, no, the Lord is there. The Lord is with us. And they told me, they said, Bobby, you can run to a shelter if you want to. You can run to the biggest brick house if you want to. But if the good Lord wants you, the good Lord wants you. So you need to stay put, pray, and let the storm pass. And I'll never forget that because I really used to be super, super scared of storms. And I sat through a lot of them. I'm not as bad anymore, I don't think. I think I've become a lot better. But yeah, I used to be the one that would be picking my kids up early from school. If there was a tornado watch, I would be in the bathroom with them, in the bathtub. They remember. I didn't scar them, though, for life. But everybody said, Bobby, you're going to scar your kids for life. They're going to be scared of... Hey. So, yeah, the camera died out in the backyard. So now I'm plugged in to the wall with the camera because I need to finish up the vlog from today. So it was a good day. Tomorrow we're supposed to get some rain, but we're going to go see the grandbabies, and weather permitting, hopefully if the storms don't come in the morning, we want to take the older grandbaby to the Cracker Barrel. So that will be fun. I think I'm supposed to be looking here. I think I'm always looking in the wrong spot. When I edit it later, I'm going to look at it, but I believe I'm supposed to be looking here, not there. So yeah, we're going to pick up the grandbaby, take her to Cracker Barrel. We're not going to tell her about it because she's 6, and if we tell her about it, then she's going to be waiting for us all morning. And the weather is so unpredictable, so we're going to see how that goes. And yeah, I'll do some video inside of Cracker Barrel just to show you. Maybe they have some good sales or something. So we'll do that. And I'm not sure how far I got outside talking about my friend, Miss Edna, but if you could keep her in your prayers. She's in the hospital now with pneumonia. All the people that do pray, that watch my channel, if you can come into agreement and pray for her, that would be awesome. So thank you guys for coming. If you will comment I love to see new people coming. I'm slowly getting up there. I want to say the last time that I checked was 49, but I started with 0. So 49 is not bad. And, you know, if somebody can see the video and, you know, just let it give them some entertainment, then that is okay with me. So until the next video, guys, stay safe and stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.